ask to vitiate the quorum?
Without objection.
Thank you, Madam President. I see the senator from Washington. Would she like to go ahead with? Okay. Thank you, Madam President. I'll take 5 or 6 minutes if that's appropriate. Madam President, I come to the floor to ask my Democratic colleagues to take another look at the student loan issue that will be before us tomorrow. We're playing with real lives here. These are about 10 or 11 million students who are going to college in the fall. They'll be taking out 18 million loans for this year. Taxpayers will be loaning them over $100 billion. And the only proposal that we're going to be voting on tomorrow appears to be one that will leave about 6 million middle-income college students swinging in the wind, paying about twice as much in interest rates as they should be paying. And at the same time, we have a proposal that is based upon a recommendation by President Obama that is like legislation already passed by the Republican House of Representatives, that is supported by an independent and 2 Democratic senators and 3 Republican senators, that would lower student loan interest rates on every single one of the 18 million new loans that would be taken out next year, and cut nearly in half the interest rates on loans for undergraduate students, which are 2/3 of the loan. So, Mr. President, I ask the question, why would we do a 1-year political fix that only helps 40% of the students when we have before us a bipartisan proposal that is close to the idea of the President and the House that would help every single student? And especially why would we do that when we leave middle-income students twisting in the wind, paying over 10 years, hundreds of millions of dollars more in interest rate than they should be paying? The student loan issue is becoming like what we call the doc fix, where Congress, for political reasons, every year rushes around and makes a temporary patch. There's no need to do that here. No need whatsoever. So I would ask my friends on the Democratic side to look at what the President's proposed and the reasoning behind it. It was in his budget. Look at what the House of Representatives has done. They've actually passed a bill that lowers rates. And then look at the proposal by Senator Manchin, Senator Carper, Senator King, Senator Burr, Senator Coburn, and me on this side. What our proposal would do is set the rates on a long-term solution where a student could come in this year, and if you're an undergraduate student at the University of Tennessee, instead of your rate being 6.8%, it would be 3.66%. The Democratic proposal, I repeat, does nothing for 6 million middle-income students who are going to be paying 6.8% when they should be paying, if they're undergraduates, 3.66% under our proposal. That's half as much. There's no need for that. So I think this is like many other situations. We have some misinformation going back and forth across the aisle, and I hope my friends on the other side will take a look at the Burr-Manchin proposal. The right thing for us to do is to say to these 10 million students, all of them, every single one of them, that when you go to take out your 18 million loans this year, you're going to be paying at a rate that is fair to taxpayers and fair to students. It's fair to taxpayers because it won't be costing the government any money, and it's fair to students because the government won't be making any money. It won't be reducing the deficit on the back of the students. That's the principle upon which we can agree. Fair to taxpayers, fair to students. Doesn't cost the taxpayers, doesn't balance the budget on the back of students. On that basis, we can say to students, take advantage of these low rates. You can get a 10-year loan if you're an undergraduate at 3.66%, and there's no need to pretend we're helping students when we only fix 40% of the students. These are the subsidized loans. These are the loans for low-income students who already get, for the most part, Pell Grants, who already have their interest paid while they're in school. That's a big subsidy, over about $50 billion in 10 years. And we leave the middle-income students, about 6 million of them, paying over the next 10 years hundreds of millions of dollars that they shouldn't be paying. I don't know why my friends on the other side want to leave the middle-income students of America twisting in the wind, paying higher interest rates than they should. So let's step back, look at the facts, look at the president's proposal, look at what the House passed, look at the bipartisan Burr-Manchin proposal, and I would respectfully urge the majority leader to allow us to vote on that, and urge my colleagues on the other side to coalesce around that idea, and let's say to the students of America that as the United States Senate, we know a good idea when we can see one, and the Burr-Manchin proposal is such an amendment. I thank the President. I yield the floor.